Me and my bird. It's my bird.
Happy Monday. We have some plane tickets to buy. We were all just so excited to chat with everybody on the stream on Wednesday that we didn't end up getting any of the loop done until Sunday, yesterday. We all just got on Discord and decided to just try and knock the whole thing out. I got in the zone. I took like an hour and a half to get my section done. I think it's a pretty good one, but there is a little bit of an elephant in the room about the loops. So let's chat about that for a second. I got this lovely comment and I think it hurt a little bit more than I was expecting it to. I'm definitely feeling the repetitiveness on the loops as well. And I think part of the reason is because we've been thinking about them wrong, or we've been placing too much pressure on the loops by comparison. I've got some ideas that I want to work out, but like what we're gonna try this week is to just give like 2 hours to ourselves, and that's it. Like 30 minutes of chat at the beginning of the stream, and then 2 hours, and then whatever is made in those 2 hours is what's getting posted and being put together. I think that'll make for some interesting dynamics and things. And I understand that's only one comment, but that's one that I definitely feel like there's been some truth to over the past few weeks. So they're not going away. I just want to do a different approach to them, you know? How was the lovely call we just had? Was it lovely?
What's up, gamers?
Howdy, gamers.
It was really lovely. He's a real treat, ain't he?
Shout out to Adam. Absolutely phenomenal chat. Watched the entirety of the story video.
What a trooper.
It was fun.
We chatted a little bit about like dichotomy
yeah.
between like planning out your creative career and just enjoying it. Always interesting. Always fun.
We ended up talking about a lot of things that we just talked about in the vlog last week. It's almost like our experiences are somewhat relevant?
What?
Who would have? No.
Oh
no.
My God.
What? We are getting lots of messages and comments and all sorts of things after posting the last vlog, and lots of people are talking about how inspired they feel from the videos and those sorts of things. It's just a baffling feeling to me. I don't know. Sometimes it really feels like we're still just doing this as a hobby, you know? I just want to put the call out there that, I mean, if there is anything that we aren't showing that you guys are interested in, please feel free to comment that. Happy to do a deep dive on anything that we're doing that we can show anyway, barring any like legal thing. How do we even summarize that? Just now. We had a call with somebody who originally offered me a position at a company. I was obviously like, sorry, I have Ravi, can't do that. But still wanted to chat anyway. The whole call was just like, we felt like we were the people that were being sold to that whole time. Like we felt like we were the client when he was just trying to be like, how can I work with you guys?
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, how the turntables type situation.
It was nice to be able to be like, we could help you maybe find someone that fits you better through our Discord and stuff, and be able to offer value to these people without necessarily making them pay a bunch of money to us.
Yeah. Join the Ravi Discord. There's job opportunities in there.
There are.
Pew pew pew. We have all the New York stuff booked, and I just had to send an invoice for the New York City thing. But what I realized is, look at this deposit amount for the past 30 days. $68,500. That's like almost double what our previous best month was. Man, I need a haircut.
Today's been weird. I have not been able to focus. I felt like I've been in the office just to be there. Not much for me to do, but there always feels like there's a lot for me to do, and it's a weird game of trying to figure out what to prioritize, and I'm not sure what to focus on. I felt more and more disconnected from the business recently. There's so many things I want to do, but sometimes the passion for them or the passion for any of it just evaporates. Austin is so passionate about all things Ravi, and he can just turn it on like a switch. He jumps in the Discord and right away, that entrepreneur, I'm here for it, gangbusters presence. I can't turn it on like that. Sometimes I'm not excited and I can't hide that from people. There's a bit of imposter syndrome here of like, what am I actually contributing? It feels like less. Hell, it feels like less than the employees. Kind of just feels like I'm there. And it sends me in spirals of wondering, is this really what I want to do? Am I using anyone's time well here? I realize this is just a shitty day and I'll figure it out. I'll refine that passion. Honestly, I just feel generally shitty today. And one more thing. Now, I don't know if it's obvious or if I've mentioned it before, but I don't like Raleigh. It's not my favorite place. There's a couple reasons for this, one of which being it feels a little soulless. It's a new city. There's no history here. It just feels weird, superficial, and from time to time I get very restless living here and working here, and I just want to leave. I feel cooped up and angry. But I'm going to Florida for a little festival thing this weekend, and then next week it's off to New York, so that should spur some growth or give some perspective. I don't know. We'll see where it takes me. Alright, I'm going to the gym.
Day one is over. Got a good amount of stuff done today, but tomorrow is going to be like a gauntlet. The morning already has like 3 meetings for me, all within like 2 hours or something, but going to lunch with another studio owner should be fun. But anyway, I'm gonna get home, eat some food, and then I will see y'all in the morning. Well, look who stole whose recording spot on day 2. Got all sorts of different things to do this morning. We'll be doing a call with the studio we're gonna be working with in New York. Then we have a sales call right after that, and then a 30-minute break, and then I'm walking across downtown to go meet with another studio owner and just chat motion and all that good stuff. Anyway, I took a cold shower this morning. I'm not trying to sound all guru-y. I just had the instinct to turn the shower to cold this morning, and it felt fantastic. I'm gonna head into the office.
Ronnel's here. It's a Ronnel day.
And see, I'm early.
Yeah, I got here at like 7:10. Welcome back to Austin Reacts to a Comment time. Here's the comment.
How I could learn the theory behind animation for advertising. Maybe how to get advertising that is interesting or that maintains the attention of people or that will convert into sales or client.
Well, boy, do I have some thoughts for you. I would really hesitate to be super focused on ads that convert at this point. We had a really, really big focus on that at the beginning of Revi, mostly coming from the experience that I had at the marketing agency I worked at while I was in college. They always talked about trying to like guarantee returns. Like, if you pay me $50,000 for an ad campaign, we'll make sure that you get $300,000 in sales. There are things that you can do with Google ads and Facebook ads and whatever to help that guarantee, but generally it seems like paid ads are kind of on the downturn. Most people don't really want to be advertised to on their phones anymore. It seems like most people realize like, hey, you're paying with your data when you're using free services and whatever. So a lot of our focus now is going with the organic approach, because that's what's working so well for us. You know, if a client comes along and they want us to make an ad that they can push as a paid ad or whatever, we're still going to take the same philosophy where we're not trying to determine like, are they like a practical consumer, an action consumer, a social consumer, or an emotional consumer? I think a lot of that stuff doesn't really matter with how the landscape is today. I think that the best that we can do to make sure that the client is going to get as much return on their investment as possible is just making content that makes people want to watch it, rather than my product is so awesome and does X, Y, and Z, and therefore you should buy it like everyone else does. We just want to make people go, wow, that ad was interesting and I actually really enjoyed my viewing experience. Because if somebody isn't in the market for something, like if I'm not actively looking for a product, if I get an ad, usually I'm not gonna pay for it. I would so much rather, if we did an ad for a tennis ball, have the coolest looking, best feeling tennis ball ad, not even talking about how great their tennis ball is, but just something that makes the audience feel great, so that when they are in the market for a tennis ball, they go, I knew that brand that did that thing, they had a pretty cool ad, so they're probably like a cool brand that I can relate to and whatever. And that's the moneymaker, is that interpersonal connection between the person, the customer, and the brand. And however we can make that experience as painless as possible and as unsalesy as possible, the better. How can you make the audience happy and excited and just feel good about their experience watching the ad? I hope that makes sense.
Austin was being all professional and went to lunch with a studio owner today. During that, I went on a date in the middle of the day. Well, I got stood up, but it was still a good time. Someone ran into the awnings and his hat fell off, which was very funny.
and the conversation next to me was good. The food was good. The waiter was lovely. Shout out to Flying Biscuit Cafe. The biscuits were flying. All right, I'm going back to work.
We just had a bunch of technical jargon spoken to us for
What is pipping?
like
Who is Pip?
like 45 minutes. All of this event stuff, like we're coming in as just motion people, all right? And we have some intro to some of the like file types and different things, but boy, is it just a whole other set of language that's
Very
used.
interesting. We're quick learners, so
We certainly are.
we'll get it absolutely moving and grooving here in no time.
Yeah. Howdy. I just got back from that brunch lunch thing. Anyway, howdy Mac. Good convo. We shall chat again soon. Hopefully I can get one of those recorded at some point or some snippet or something. But on to more animating duties.
Austin and I had a good chat today. It was an alright day. I'm just tired. Tomorrow's gonna be insane, and the next day I go to Florida in the morning. So we'll just try and get everything done. We're streaming and trying to get far on a client project that is due at the end of the week this week. So wish me luck. Good night, y'all.
Today was a really great day back at the house now. Got basically everything I needed to done, and then Noah and I just had a super long chat. There might be some of that footage in here or not, but definitely a chat that we needed to have, and lots of breakthroughs and good things happening there. So generally feeling pretty good. I'm gonna eat some food now because I haven't eaten since lunch and it's already like 9 p.m. So overall, really good day. That energy from this morning carried through the whole day. I'd love for every day to feel like that. Anyway, chat in the morning. Peace.
Welcome to day 3 of the week. Let me brief you real quick on what we're going to be doing for the stream today that might be a little different. The stream's going to start off with like 30 minutes of just chatting and hanging out, that sort of thing. 30 minutes is going to be just for concepting, and the next 2 hours is all that's going to be given for design and animation, and whatever is done for each person at the end of that 2 hours is what has to go in the loop and what has to be published. We're going to put our money where our mouth is and just try and get it done as fast as possible. So I better get into the office.
I just got some food. Austin's working on the audio for the loop that we're about to stream in about 20 minutes.
All right, it's time, y'all. Here we go. I'm gonna set.
No, I don't want to do it.
It's happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're doing the concepting right now.
I'm not gonna make these organic. That's stupid. No tentacles. We're gonna do laser line.
Just as a first pass, good to go. Animation locked. Here we are.
This is what we did in about 2 hours.
Oh my God, that's really good.
Well done, y'all. Well done. Very
Bravo, bravo.
Shit kind of metaphorically feels like it's hitting the fan at the moment. It feels like things are going a little bit too well. Like someone turned the lead faucet on high and there's just all too much to do. Honestly,
What is happening?
all the time. There's just significantly too much. We have 1 or 2 that are extremely pressing, like right now, like literally the next like 3 days. And then after that, we're in the clear.
Get jealous. I just had one of the best therapy sessions of my life. Learned about me and my tendency to reject belonging on the short. It's enlightened me on a lot of the issues that I've been having. It's only up from here. And remember to record. Someone reminded me on the stream today. Thank you for reminding me. I'll record something.
Howdy. Day 4, Thursday. Noah is off driving to a concert music festival thing in Florida, and I am going to be trying to get as much done for these projects as possible.
I have to make a countdown clock for an event. Also have to make an initial template for text over top of this gradient background with like speakers' names and those sorts of things on them. Anyway, aside from that, the UI UX animations project, we are getting all of the feedback on that today. So we're gonna be looking out for that and then communicating that to the team. I've gotten through that countdown clock thing. working. Seems like they're liking it. Boy, I wish I could talk about what it's for, but it is why we're going to New York next week, so there's that, I guess. I'm helping out Imsety with Beep client. We're taking parts of this logo and I'm gonna do this big like flash transition where all these letters are gonna like solidify into these like just super cool glowy objects with a bunch of lines around them and stuff.
We got a Star Wars room with TikTok lighting.
And a bathroom.
Oh my fucking god.
I somehow managed to get through most of my perils for the day, but somebody turned on the lead faucet. I don't know where, or maybe it was us with these videos or something. We have had so many people reaching out in the past few days wanting projects. Maybe it's just that time of year or something, because I remember last year we got a lot of projects in November, December, but I don't know. It's strange. We're getting some really, really interesting clients reaching out, and there's like a lot of events happening at the beginning of next year. So maybe that's part of the wave too, but it's just really exciting getting to have these conversations with people and see what might be able to work. We are finally headed out. But it's only like 6:30-ish, so I'm pretty proud of myself in terms of when I'm leaving. But now I'm gonna go grab some food and go to bed early because I'm gonna be back early tomorrow morning. See y'all tomorrow. All right, game plan for today. Knock out everything that's on the rest of my list and not get blinded by this LED light. I have a meeting at 10, and before then, it is like 7:45 right now. I'm going to try to get all of the things done for this templated project I was talking about yesterday.
Here is actually the whole redacted list of all the stuff I'm trying to get done today.
I set an hour-long timer because I was stressed out. I managed to get everything done that I needed to for the first client within that hour. So I'm feeling pretty good. All right, y'all. It is the end of the week. This week got so insanely busy so quickly. And with Noah being gone the last few days, it's been just like kind of tough to keep up with. And I'm still getting used to it, but I just had an end-of-week team meeting with Sam and Imsety, and we actually ended up planning out the whole Revi 2023 retreat. We still haven't met Sam and Imsety in person, so I'm really excited for that. We're looking at potentially doing Vancouver in January, so any of my Vancouver folks. Noah and I are generally prepped for next week in New York. We are going to be wrapping up some of the other assets and things that we need to get done this weekend. This has by far been one of the most fast-paced projects that we've worked on, but I'm not complaining. I know I've been stressed this week, but it's really going to be a fun experience, and I'm excited that these sorts of opportunities are starting to come up for us. Probably showed some clips from me talking to Sam and Imsety, but just really appreciate the work that they put in this week. I know that I was not really feeling my best leadership on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, since I was feeling particularly stressed. I definitely was not being as present with everybody as I wanted to be, and I'm sure that they were feeling that some. So really appreciate their patience with me this week and really just kicking it into gear, especially on that UI UX animation project. Was really grateful that they were helping me on that, despite them also having other projects that they're working on alongside that. I mean, just like I am too, but I don't know. I always just have this, I don't know if it's from my experience at the marketing agency I worked at, but where it didn't really feel like I was like super considered timeline-wise most of the time. It felt like I was always working on a crunch, and that was something really stressful to me. But I just always feel guilty whenever I'm giving projects or tasks to Sam or Imsety, because a lot of the time it really doesn't feel like this Revi team and then co-founders thing. It's just all Revi team, and we're working together to solve all this stuff. And sometimes playing the boss just feels weird, and I want to feel like I'm doing my job well and that I'm contributing. And it's easy for me because I've overworked myself for so long to just chalk delegating up to like me being lazy or not wanting to do something. But just really grateful for them this week. They have certainly made things a lot easier. It's just so clear to me how much they care. And then all of you guys, you care about us sitting here talking to the camera while we're sitting doing our business of making pretty pictures, you know? Somehow this feels like it's becoming a much bigger thing. It feels so much bigger and more important than just the surface level, like we do motion graphics. We'll catch y'all next week, a New York episode. See y'all in the big city, huh?